the green, most of the time we're faced with a couple different kind of pitches. We need one that's a little shorter, higher, and softer for that whole location that's closer to us. Or sometimes we want that pitch that spends some time in the air, but it maybe runs out a bit and is a little further away from us. So we're going to talk about how to do that. What you want to think of is that there's two main things in your pitching swing. You have your arm swing, where the arms are swinging back and forth, and then we have the wrist hinge, the wrists kind of sending the club more up and down. Well, on a standard normal pitch, it's kind of a blend where the arms and the wrist have about 50-50 of each. Let the arms swing and the wrist hinge together, like I said, about 50-50. However, the first one I'm going to hit here is a shot that's closer to us. I want it to go higher and softer. So I'm actually going to dial back the arm swing, but dial up the wrist hinge. So again, I'm going to turn the dial up on the wrist hinge, turn the dial back on the arm swing. So I'm going to do a little bit of more of a wrist hinge, less arm swing here, okay? And let's see how that goes. Okay. So there we go. You saw that ball pop in the air, land really soft. This next one, I'm going to do the totally opposite thing. I'm actually going to dial back the wrist hinge and dial up the arm swing. So instead of this motion, I'm going to have more of just the arms swinging back and forth, less wrists. Let's see what happens with that ball. So on that one, you notice it came off a little bit lower and ran just a little bit more, went a little farther. That's because, like I said, I did more arms, less wrists. So that's your tip for the day. If you want to hit a little higher, softer, dial up the wrist hinge, less arm swing. If you want the opposite, lower, more running, dial down the wrist hinge and dial up the arm swing. Thanks.